me, Allie. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an awesome start to your day. I'm here today with a Halloween DIY treats video. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 DIY Halloween / fall related treats that are super easy to make and extremely inexpensive. These are all, of course, inspired by the wonderful world of Pinterest, as most of my crafts or DIYs or treats are. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up so I know that I should do more on my channel. This is actually a 2-part video. I have another one coming up within the next week or so that I do 3 or 4 more DIY Halloween / fall treats, and I really hope you enjoy them. I had a lot of fun filming this video and all the treats were freaking amazing. I just had a Halloween party at my house yesterday and everybody was ranting and raving about the treats, so I really hope that you guys get an opportunity to make them because I think that you will absolutely love them. If you have any other questions or concerns after watching this video, just ask them in the comments below and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. For these Jack Skellington chocolate covered Oreo Pops, you're going to want to start off with melting up some white chocolate, whether it's in the microwave, over the stovetop, a double boiler, or with an actual chocolate melter like I have here. Then you're going to want to get some Oreos. I found these really awesome Halloween Oreos at Target, and they have orange cream filling rather than white cream filling. Separate your cookies by having the cream on one side and just the plain old cookie on the other side, and then take a cake pop stick, dip it right into the melted chocolate, put it into the center of the cream, and then sandwich it together with the other side of the cookie. Take your Oreo Pop out of the freezer and dip it immediately into the white chocolate. Make sure you're moving it around so that the entire Oreo Pop is covered with white chocolate. And then this is a very important step. Make sure you bang it down on the side of whatever you're using to melt your chocolate. This is going to make sure that that white chocolate is very smooth on the top rather than clumpy. Allow the chocolate to harden completely before drawing on Jack Skellington's face. This should take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on what kind of chocolate you are using. For the face, I am using these Candy Melt candy markers that I got at Walmart for about $5. I am drawing on some half circles for the eyes with squiggly lines for the eyebrows, 2 little ovals for the nose, and then a little smile for the mouth with some stitches. These markers were really great, but I don't know if I would recommend them because they did dry out very fast, so just be cautious of that if you plan on buying them. And this is what the final Jack Skellington chocolate covered Oreo Pop looks like. I added a black ribbon bow right to the cake pop stick for some extra aesthetics, and I am just in love with the way that this came out. They taste amazing, they look even better, they were super cheap to make, and oh, so much fun to create. For the candy corn ice cream, start off with taking a very large scoop of vanilla ice cream and putting it into a bowl. I did about 1/3 of the carton, and then candy corn is essentially made out of honey, so you're going to take a lot of honey and pour it all over the ice cream. There are no exact measurements for this. I just poured it in until it seemed fit. Then I took some yellow and red food coloring to make an orange color, and I mixed it all together until I got a really soft orange honey ice cream. In a pan lined with some wax paper, take some vanilla ice cream and fill half of the pan, and then the other half you want to put your honey made orange ice cream, and then you want to take the wax paper, fold it down, and freeze this overnight. The next day you want to take a piping bag with a star tip right at the top, and you want to start filling up the piping bag with the vanilla ice cream on one side and the orange honey flavored ice cream on the other side. This can get a little tricky. I just used my spoon as a guide and I kind of pushed all the vanilla ice cream over to one side, and I left myself a little spot to pour in or place in the orange honey filled ice cream on the other side. Find an object to hold up your sugar cone. I'm just using this tiny little miniature milk jug that I got from DarbySmart.com, and then you just want to start piping in your ice cream in a circular motion so you get that really nice swirl effect. Top your ice cream off with a piece of candy corn and you are done. And here's the final candy corn swirled ice cream. Seriously guys, this was so freaking amazing. It tasted so good, and this is coming from somebody who absolutely hates candy corn. I despise it. This had a very subtle sweet honey taste to it, and it was just everything. The next DIY treat that I'm going to show in this video are these super spooky chocolate chip spider cookies, and these are probably the easiest treats I've ever made here on my channel. All you're going to need are some very large chocolate chip cookies, whether they are homemade or store-bought. You're also going to need some melted chocolate, milk or dark chocolate, it does not really matter. Place it into a Ziploc bag and take a pair of scissors and cut the tip off of the bag. Then just use the chocolate chip to act as the spider's body and draw on some crooked lines off of the body to act as the spider's legs. And that's seriously all it takes to make these creepy spider chocolate chip cookies. They were so simple to make and so much fun to eat. I gave these to my nephew and he kept saying, "Ew, spiders on my cookie." So they're really, really great for kids or for anybody who is a kid at heart like myself. Next up are these mummy cake truffles, and I feel like I make cake truffles and cake pops so much on my channel, but they are easily my favorite dessert after donuts, of course. To make these cake truffles, you're just going to need to crumble up some cake into a bowl. I try not to use any of the ends because it's kind of harder. You just want that soft cake that is inside and just crumble it up into a bowl. If you get any of the outer edges in the bowl, just remove it with your fingers. Next up, you want to add in some frosting, and I never really measure this. I usually just eyeball it, but if I had to estimate about how much frosting I'm adding, I guess I would say about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Less is definitely more when you're making cake pops or cake truffles. Then you just want to take your fork and mix it all together until you get a batter-like consistency. Take a handful of the cake truffle batter, place it in one of your hands, and then squeeze it together with the other hand, kind of compressing it all together, and then use a lot of pressure to roll it between your two hands until you get a really smooth, compact cake truffle ball. Once you are satisfied with the shape of all your cake truffle balls, place these in the freezer for at least 10 to 20 minutes. You're going to need to melt up some white chocolate, and I usually always add in a scoop of coconut oil before I start melting the chocolate because it helps to keep the chocolate very smooth. And you're also going to need some edible eyes that you can find at Walmart. Place your cake truffle right into the melted chocolate, add an abundance of melted chocolate to the top of the cake truffle, then take your fork, pick it up, bang it along the side of the bowl. This will remove any of the excess chocolate and will help to keep the coating very smooth. Take the remaining melted white chocolate and place it into a piping bag or into a Ziploc bag. Then take a pair of scissors, cut the tip off of the bag, and start piping on some random lines. There is no specific way of doing this. The more the merrier. This is just helping to give that really cool, fun, and spooky mummy effect. And finally, add 2 of those edible eyes right to the top center of your mummy cake truffle. And if you want to clean it up a little bit, if you feel like your chocolate is kind of all over the place when you were piping, you can just take your fingers and wipe down the chocolate on the side. And drum roll, please. Here is the final mummy cake truffle. Definitely my favorite out of all the treats in this video. I'm just obsessed with cake truffles. I love how there are so many different variations of making these. There are so many different Halloween cake truffles or cake pops that you can make. They taste amazing, they look even better, and they're just seriously so much fun to make. for the last treat, the spooky witch fingers, you're going to need some almonds and you're also going to need some color mist in the color black. Place your almonds down on a piece of parchment paper and just start spraying all the almonds until they all turn black. Melt up some green chocolate with some coconut oil in a microwave-safe mug. Then take some pretzel rods, cut them in half, dip them straight into the green chocolate, and shake off any of that excess chocolate before placing them down on your cooling rack. Immediately add on the black almond to the top of the chocolate-covered pretzel. Before the chocolate hardens, while it's still just a little bit tacky, take a toothpick and scrape out some lines, 3 at the top and 3 right in the middle. This is going to give your witch's fingers a lot more definition. And here's the final product of this video. These may look really creepy, but they're actually really delicious. I am a huge fan of that salty sweet mix, and that is exactly what you're getting with these wicked chocolate-covered witch finger pretzels. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought in the comments below, and please comment below what Halloween candy you are most excited for this year. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you for all your support and positivity on my channel.